I was out showing lease property this morning, and so I thought I'd do a quick video on 5 great reasons to hire an agent if you're looking for a lease or if you own a house and you need to do a lease listing. So number 1 is the MLS. So anybody can go on Craigslist or hot pads or wherever, even as an individual, and find a house for rent. But the MLS, the multiple listing service, is full of really rich information, right? So not only bedrooms and bathrooms, but whether there's appliances and whether or not those appliances are maintained, if there's pets allowed, the exact paperwork needed, because that varies from rental to rental, what the requirements are, and it's just a lot more in-depth information available to an agent that an individual doesn't have. So I sometimes end up with a client, if I have a lease listing, I end up with a lease client who's looking to rent a house, and they're literally just riding around looking at signs and then calling on them, having no idea if that house is even within their budget. So that's reason number 1. Number 2 is as a renter, you do not pay the commission. If you're leasing a house, the owner of that house or the management company is paying the commission to the agent. So it doesn't change anything for you. That's just one of the costs of them doing business. And if you're an owner and you want to list your rental, for the agent, it's actually just as involved as doing, quite frankly, as listing a regular for sale house. And pictures and the whole thing. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck if you're listing it with a real estate agent. Number 3, help with the paperwork. Goodness gracious. So there's different forms, there's different requirements, there's different credit and background requirements, there's pet agreements, there's just a lot of, sometimes there's language in the lease that can be a little bit confusing, and it's very helpful to have an agent who is looking out for you and explaining what does all of that mean. Number 4, negotiating terms. Did you know you can negotiate terms? If a house has been sitting on the market for a long time for lease, maybe the owner's motivated. Maybe they'll drop the price. Maybe they'll throw in lawn care. Maybe they're willing to reduce the rent or negotiate the lease terms. If he gets a really good, strong client, he may be willing to extend that from a 12-month lease to an 18-month lease. Or if you're looking for a short-term rental, under 6 months or 6 to 8 months, those are pretty rare to come by. But in the MLS, that's an easy search. You can just quickly come up with a list of whatever's available. Also, if you need a guarantor, if you need somebody to, if you have credit issues and you're going to need a guarantor, not every owner is willing to accept one of those. So that's another search term that an agent can help you with through the MLS. And lastly, relationships. Now let me tell you, the commission, whether it's the listing commission or the leasing commission on a lease, is a mere fraction of a home sale. And a lot of agents approach it as though it's not worth their time, or if they become really busy, they don't handle leases anymore. Now, I have on several occasions, particularly when I was a brand new agent, helped a lot of lease clients, stayed in touch with them, and then they became regular clients when they were ready to buy. And many of those people became my friends, and over again, I heard, you're the only one that called us back. And so my whole business model is long-term, right? I'm always playing the long game situation and looking for clients that are going to be clients forever, for a lifetime. And we don't have to end up friends, but that often ends up being a byproduct of that transaction, is that I've become a trusted advisor. If you're from out of town, a good agent will know where's the good places to eat, where are the best school systems, You know, who don't take your clothes to that cleaners because they have a bad reputation, or you know, how do I find a good roofer or a good repairman? And so an agent, even on a lease, can become a huge resource for all kinds of other information and networking and help. So those are my 5 reasons for choosing an agent to lease a house. If you're looking to lease, you're having a struggle, you've got maybe some hurdles to overcome, don't hesitate to call me and we'll work something out.